Hi, I'm Marilyn Small, Deputy Principal at Manaia View School in Whangarei. Had the most awesome experience this afternoon where a young man roared into my office with the most excited look on his face, raving about Lucas's talk to his class and how much he'd learnt and how special it was and how he'd be back tomorrow to tell me all about it. Our children so need to hear more from Lucas. If each of our children had a copy of Lucas's book, they could hear from him every day.
Hi, I'm Ian Bird from Manaia View. When we heard Lucas was coming, I had the children Google Lucas, and they really enjoyed reading the story online or listening to it, particularly for my slower readers. It was wonderful to be able to watch the book and hear it as well as we're reading it. And the talk this afternoon was great. Fits in with what we're trying to get through to our children about setting goals and going for it, and not letting them be limited by their upbringing or restrictions that the society might put on them. So it was well done and fits in perfectly with our curriculum.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Dunn. I'm the principal at Ruakaka School up here in the sunny north, and we're very interested in financial literacy, and we've already done some work on financial literacy, and just the 13 habits, learning about the 13 habits is going to help our children a lot. And the Reading Together concept we are just about to launch into, which is a new Ministry of Education initiative. So it looks to me like this is going to fit exactly alongside what we're already going to be doing. So fantastic. Thank you.
Shane Campbell, Maungatrodo Primary School. We are interested in the use of the books. We think that they would tie in well with our student goal setting, and looking into the curriculum, looking at the key competencies, the students being able to manage themselves. So I think that there's a lot of value in the promotional work that's going on, and hopefully it will be able to get into the schools and get out to the families. In order to get the books, it would be fantastic if we could get some sponsors on board so that our children can be the best that they can be.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, I'm Trudy from Waipu Primary, and I love what Lucas is doing with the 13 habits, and we would love a corporate sponsor to get behind these books for the kids.
All set? Yep. G'day there, my name's Dave Bradley, Principal here of Wellsford Primary School. Just been talking to Lucas this morning about the habits that build success and the program of literacy, financial literacy, success literacy that he's been talking to me about. Very interested in that. Do have a number of programs in the school, but always looking for new and fresh ideas. If you're a corporate sponsor out there thinking, would Wellsford School appreciate your help? Well, we certainly would, so that would be great if you could come on board with us. Thanks for that.
Oh, today, Lucas, thank you for popping in today. It's really great. What a fantastic venture that you're on, all the way from Cape Reinga down to Bluff. Financial literacy in schools, critical. We live in Matakana. Matakana village is an absolute treasure trove of different intellectuals with quirky businesses. Fantastic place to be, fantastic place to live. So financial literacy is paramount in our school. If there's any sponsor out there that would like to support us, we would love to get the 13 habits into our school, being able to teach our kids financial literacy, because after all, their parents in living in this area, that's what it's all about. So if there's somebody out there that would like to sponsor us, we'd love to be able to hand every child a book next year. Have a good trip. Hope you make it to Bluff safely. Cheers.
Alright, I'm Bruce Laws, Principal at Rewa North Primary, and I've met Lucas and most impressed with what he's got with the 13 habits, and something definitely worthwhile looking into. Anything that's going to encourage children and will give them additional opportunities to read something has to be a plus. So great news.
Here this afternoon at Malfoy Primary School in Rotorua, and I'm just talking to Mrs. McLaren.
Kia ora. It's been lovely to have Lucas Remiswell back in our school. Lucas's 3 children went through Malfoy School, and it's been great to welcome you back here today, Lucas. The presentation at our assembly was wonderful. The children learned about following your passion, and it fits in very well with our Malfoy School cornerstone values about self-belief. We would really like to be able to promote this to our students. So if there is an opportunity out there for someone to sponsor and support our school, then we would very much welcome that. And again, Lucas, thank you for your wonderful presentation and your motivational speech here today at Malfoy School.
Lucas, thank you so much for coming to Chapman College. We're a very new school, private Christian school that's under 2 years old. We have about 100 students, and it was lovely to welcome you to our school, and we're looking forward to perhaps an ongoing relationship. We love your heart and love your energy and your vision, and we love and want our kids to be people like yourself who get passionate about some area in their life which they want to make a difference and make a difference for good. And that's what you're doing. You're making a difference for good. You're asking people to consider long-term goals of economic viability and saving and the use of money. Our children don't know much about money, and a lot of our parents don't know how to use money well. And we need people like yourself with an economic background who've come up with 13 habits, and you've used good material to help get the message across in a graphic way, the tortoise and the buffet. Brilliant stuff. And developing habits takes time, and having people like you to inspire teachers and students on economic management, great stuff. We honour you for it. A man of vision and courage who puts their, as it were, their feet on the pedals and goes 6,000 kilometres. Remarkable, remarkable. Well done. Keep in touch. We're right with you.
The talk we've had this morning as a team and listened to, it applies really strongly to what we're doing across the school and in classes. We're trying to encourage our students to be reflective, and they need this skill in order to change, to recognise what habits they do have, and then change their habits to habits that are going to help them to achieve success in life. We ask the students to have a broader vision instead of sort of seeing life from that limited little view they have, but actually through talking and meeting with the global community, through sharing ideas with others, they can actually broaden their visions and their horizons for their future and open doors for themselves. We really push the part of having learning conversations to, and it sounds funny, we say have learning conversations because we're striving to make them independent learners, but they need to have an understanding that independent doesn't mean you're an insular box and you're staying by yourself and only you can succeed, but independent learners are knowing where to go for help, where to seek what you need, which tied in beautifully this morning with the talk about having a higher view of life if you're standing on somebody else's shoulder. So actually striving to learn and seeing what resources you do need and actually looking for those resources. So yeah, so as a school, your talk this morning put into different language but actually made the kids aware of just how many people in society have actually used those thoughts and those abilities to achieve success in life, like Bill Gates and the other people that we've spoken to.
I'm Niels Rasmussen. I'm principal of Sunset Primary School in Rotorua. We're a Decile 1A school, and we value reading very highly. We find that a lot of the children who come to our school, unfortunately, have not had a lot of reading in their preschool lives. So it's up to us to get them up to speed, and as you can see over here, superheroes read books, okay? So we're very pro books at our school, and we're very supportive of anything to do with literacy, anything to do with reading, and we're looking for any form of sponsorship or any form of support to get our children reading even more. And the A to Z of 13habits.com. So these look pretty good and ideal books for reading together at home with a family. And some of us may know that you hear something 21 times and it sinks in. And the idea of having a book that you can share is it becomes a family event, becomes something that everyone is a stakeholder in, and it places greater value on books and the messages and the meanings that come from books. If you can read, you have a treasure, and you have a treasure for life. If you can read, you can do anything. Everything else comes out of reading. So let's support all our children, let's get our kids reading, let's get New Zealand reading, let's go for it.